It's me, Tom.
And hello, this is Travis here for Give Us the Launch Codes.
It's another beautiful day. We're happy to be back. Happy to have everyone here listening. It's been nice. What's new with you, man? What have you seen recently? Anything new, Travis?
Well, I just finished the first season of this new Hulu show called Paradise. It stars Sterling K. Brown, James Marsden, Julian Nicholson. It's from the creator of This Is Us. It's from Dan Fogelman. It has a lot in common with This Is Us, and yet a lot not in common with This Is Us. Okay. If you've seen promos for it, all you really got is that Sterling K. Brown is like the head Secret Service agent for protecting the president, and is trying to uncover a conspiracy around that. But that's it. It doesn't tell you anything more. In the end of the pilot, they reveal that this is actually a science fiction show. And I think I could say this now. By the time this episode comes out, it'll have been a few weeks since the season ended, so I can kind of spoil the end of the pilot. Just the pilot, not how the season ends. Title, Paradise, refers to the town that the show takes place in. And the town is an artificial environment under a mountain because an apocalyptic event happened on planet Earth. And so the president of the United States, his cabinet, and a lot of the people they deemed super important, including key members of his Secret Service.
The ones who are worthy.
The ones who are worthy, yeah. They got the pass to go to Paradise. It's like a variation on Silo or the Vault communities from Fallout, but less kitschy. Here, it's first of all they clearly filmed on the Paramount lot up in Hollywood. When you've been to enough studios in LA, you kind of can pick out which backlot they're using.
So an apocalyptic event in this world did actually happen.
Yes.
And Paradise is an underground atrium for the last survivors of just America or the world? For
America, I don't know if the other countries made similar plans.
But this is the last of the Americans.
Yes, that we know.
Is it kind of like, even though the concept's different, but the undergroundness, in a sense, kind of like The Island with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson, they're underground in a concealed, secure bunker, in a sense?
I haven't seen The Island. Michael Bay made that, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, they lied about apocalyptic event in that movie. There was no apocalyptic event, but it's in that sense where you're underground in a very secure, stable environment for the ones left, basically, the ones who survived.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so it reminds me of a show.
I got a reason to get my Hulu back.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. There's only 8 episodes. One way where I would say, how is this similar to This Is Us, is that both shows use flashback storytelling.
Right.
This Is Us, it was more just, here's this interesting blended family, and we'll use flashbacks to illustrate their history, and that's a big component of the show, whereas this show uses the flashbacks to slowly give hints about the apocalypse that happened until you get to the penultimate episode, and then it shows you everything. What I like about that is that it's a mystery mostly for the audience, but the main characters already know what happened. And so it's kind of a testament of strength to the writers in that their characters are strong enough to where you, the audience, are able to, are compelled to follow these people even though they know things with each other that you don't. This Is Us was a lot like that in its first 2 seasons, where there was an audience mystery of how did the dad die? You figured out that the dad died, and you actually figured that out in the second episode. You don't even find that out in the first episode. You find that out in the second episode. A lot of people forget about that. Wow. So it wasn't that wasn't even a mystery until 2 episodes into the show. But everybody else knows how dad died. And something that this show did in both promotion and its pilot that This Is Us also did, which was be very cryptic about what it's really about. This Is Us, you just follow like these 4 sets of characters. It's only in the very end that you find out they're all related. But they all are going through their own subplots. They all have separate lives.
That's the pilot, right?
That's the pilot of This Is Us. It's in the end when you find out that they're related, and the stuff with Milo Ventimiglia and Mandy Moore, that took place 36 years ago. It was just cleverly shot in a way that you didn't realize that that was in the past. And in Paradise, it's just about, it's almost like a real-time thriller, that first episode, where, yeah, Sterling K. Brown reports to his job duty and works to the president's residence. And there's some flashbacks showing how he met him. You eventually get the sense, like, oh, he doesn't seem to like his boss very much, but he's a dutiful Secret Service agent. Yeah, he walks into the bedroom because he's like, hey, how come the president hasn't gone out? Sir, I'm coming in. President's dead. And instead of, like, reporting it to everyone else, immediately, like, you know, eagle down, he looks around the room. Because he's doing kind of his own investigation, because he already has suspicions that something might be up on the inside, and he doesn't want to like sound the alarm. So you're kind of following him doing his own investigation, which is slightly against protocol.
The normal protocol that we would expect.
Yeah, and it's mostly through actions that you kind of that you infer that he's doing something he's not supposed to by not telling everyone just yet. Because he suspects something, which means he has a reason to suspect something. What is the mystery? And then in the very end, they do like a big wide shot reveal, like, oh, this is under like a dome, like a mountain dome. It feels like a show that would have come out in the mid-2000s. Actually, hold on a second. I wrote a piece of paper down that has a list. And so there's a list of things I want to read off.
As Travis goes and gets his paper, in case you guys were wondering about other noises, I had chicken nuggets and fries. I was very hungry. Washed it down with some soda. That was nice. Just in case you were wondering what all that chewing was.
So, you remember the mid-2000s. When you think of the big shows that came out in the mid-2000s, what do you think of?
I'd say mid-2000s it was probably 24, was it Prison Break, Sons of Anarchy. Oh, I thought that was later 2000s, huh? Never mind, not Sons of Anarchy. Shield, The Shield.
Yeah.
That was mid. Obviously, like what ER and Grey's Anatomy was going on.
Yeah.
For mid-2000s, I mean, personally me, I was just really into Digimon, Pokemon. And by mid-2000s, people, I think Travis is talking about like 2004, 2006. Between those? Yeah, between those. Yeah. Pokemon, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! I got my Digimon. Toonami, for everyone who knows what that is. The good stuff. Justice League Unlimited. And then I watched Band of Brothers a lot, actually, during that time. I always would. I don't know why. That's one thing I would always watch constantly before I got the Blu-ray pack. But yeah, no, there's big shows. I think Lost. I know I watched Family Guy and The Simpsons. Oh, I hit it. Lost. Look at that. He got me rambling.
Yes. So Lost came out. Did you ever watch Lost?
No.
Okay. I didn't watch it when it was on. I watched it after the fact, which is probably the best.
So it's better to watch it now, kind of thing.
Well, it was like I could see being like frustrated with that show if you watched it as it was coming out, but I watched it like within a year when it was on Netflix. The reason I compare it to Lost is Lost was another show that had like a big high concept like mystery plot. Right. Like, oh, we're on an island, but there's something strange about the island. There's a monster.
Wasn't there a T-Rex at one point in the island or something like that?
No, there was a monster.
Okay.
It was just made out of smoke.
Okay.
The black smoke monster. Yeah, no, there was a monster. There were other people living on the island. There was some weird scientific experiment conspiracy in a bunker down below. There were all this crazy shit they were throwing at you to keep you asking questions. And it seemed like they were bringing up more questions than answers as the show went on. Huge hit. There just wasn't nobody made a show like that on TV, and there were a lot of ripoffs that came out of it. I'm gonna read some of these to you.
Oh, please do.
I want to see if you remember any of these.
Emma, hold on. Are you gonna judge me if I loved one of them?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I'm
I haven't seen all of these, but I remember when they were coming out, and they were
in my head I'm like this. Damn it! Did I enjoy a ripoff?
Hey, you enjoy what you want. I mean, these are all. If I was older, I probably would have tuned into one of these.
Are there, okay, so they're good ripoffs at least.
Well, some of them are good, some of them are bad, but they all tried to have this like, oh, we have a big ensemble cast and we have some big high concept, probably sci-fi fantasy mystery. And the writers probably don't actually know what they're doing with their storyline. They're just the Lost writers didn't.
Okay, so what are the ripoffs of Lost?
Okay, the two successful ones.
Okay, I like it.
I would say these are the only two that were actually successful. Heroes.
I never watched that, but I know it was a big thing for my Nino and Nina, my cousins.
It had
Is that the one with that dumb quote? Save the babies, save the world.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Oh, that's the save the cheerleader, save. Okay, so Lost.
Yeah, and, yeah. It was like the first time we ever heard of Zachary Quinto, and he was.
He was in that.
Yeah, he was like the big. At least for the first season, he was like the big bad guy. He was like this serial killer that was murdering all the superheroes and like taking their powers away. Great first season, went to shit afterwards because I think that was all.
They just didn't know what to do.
I think they had a great first season storyline and they didn't know how to keep it going. But it lasted 4 seasons, so I'll count it as a success. And then the second one, even though it was like right after Lost, I'll still count it. Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, I knew a lot of people in school who were into that in high school and
yeah.
stuff. That's the one where it's a different take on all the Disney characters, or the Grimm tales.
Well, it started out as just kind of like general fairy tales, but it got Disneyfied as it went on because it was on ABC.
All I remember from that show, I never watched it, but people said, "I like what they did with Captain Hook." Remember that was some people said that. Was Captain Hook in that?
I think so.
I remember hearing Captain Hook and Mulan were like this. Nice, they did something like that. That's the way they did it. I heard, but I never watched it. I didn't know it was big.
Yeah, I know that they eventually did a storyline with the Frozen characters, which to me sounds like okay, this is just a Disney advertisement show.
Did it sound to you like they needed to let it go?
And I think that was the case for its final season because I think from what I heard, like they did their full storyline after season 6, but ABC wanted to keep it going, so they tried to like revamp it for season 7 with a new storyline, and people stopped watching.
So those were the 2 big successful ones.
Yes, here are the ones that lasted 1 or 2 seasons. I actually don't remember if any of these lasted past their first season, but they didn't last long. Surface on NBC. It involves sea monsters.
That one doesn't ring a bell.
On ABC, not to be confused with the Apple Plus show on the same title, Invasion.
Okay, I remember hearing that one.
It was like body snatchers in the swamp.
Yeah. Okay.
On CBS, there was Threshold.
Okay, what was Threshold?
I think it was like it was like alien body snatchers, but this time with like weird audio frequencies that could somehow change human structure or whatever. I only remember their like Sci-Fi Channel. Sci-Fi Channel would like I don't know how well you know the Sci-Fi Channel. There was a time when the Sci-Fi Channel would do like reruns of failed science fiction shows, and that's how I would discover a lot of these.
Back then, like past 2005, I watched a lot of Sci-Fi Channel original films when they were good. There's a time people don't realize this. The Sci-Fi Channel original movies kind of suck now. They have some good shows, but about 15 years ago, maybe a little more, all their original movies were awesome. I just remember they were bad CGI, but like for TV it was good. Awesome horror movies. Like they were more horror based. Big snake, a big bug, a big crocodile. The best one, and it holds up to this day, and I recommend everyone watch it because it was the prosthetics and animatronics they used with the CGI. Frankenfish. You're laughing. You laugh.
I think I remember seeing trailers for that.
And it's not what you think. The Frankenfish one was based off an actual fish that there's somewhere it's an invasive species, somewhere in like the bayous of Southern America, like in the southern states of America. And it's a fish that can breathe underwater and on land. And it's evasive. And a couple of these fish just got into some toxic waste and became super huge and became super intelligent. And were killing people. It was awesome. That one was awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So sci-fi, they had some. Okay.
Yeah, and let's see. I don't think this was a sci-fi one, but I think it was trying to do the same kind of mystery flashback storytelling that Lost pioneered on. It was called The Nine.
Okay, I remember hearing that one.
Okay, and
Never saw it.
Of what I read, it's like people that are linked together because they were in some sort of bank robbery standoff. They were like innocent, and I don't know where they went with that premise. They didn't go far.
That sounds rippy-offy, honestly, of like what you told me of Lost right now.
Some of these, it's like they had a premise that probably would have worked better as a movie.
Yeah, these sound like movies.
Which is like the ultimate insult to a TV writer writing a pilot. It's like when you tell them, that would make a good movie. Remember they rebooted V?
Yes. Who was the actress in that one?
Marina Baccarin, I think?
Yes. Okay, yeah, okay. Now that's ringing a bell. Remember V? That went on for like, what, a couple seasons? 5?
1 or 2?
Couple, so it was a
Didn't
couple.
even go on that one.
Yeah.
NBC had a show called The Event.
Yeah, okay. I never saw it, but I remember seeing promos for that.
Which already, that title alone
Just tells you.
doesn't tell you anything, but I think it involved aliens being sheltered by the government or something. Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time-displaced Alcatraz prisoners, I think, was that show. And then Flash Forward on ABC.
You know what? There's probably one more. It was a mini series on, I think, CBS or ABC. It was called The River. Do you remember that?
Oh yes, that we were in high school when that was on. It was produced by like the Paranormal Activity people. It was basically Paranormal
But
Activity.
that kind of
had
that was like Lost, because it's like you had to piece it together, and there was some flashbacks and forward. That wasn't bad. I hated the ending. That wasn't bad. So yeah, no, there's a lot of Lost ripoffs.
Yeah, it just if you have like if you go in with a very ambiguous premise, where the premise itself is like a mystery that you need to solve, and you have a big cast of characters that all have their own secrets and agendas. Lost had that, and a lot of other shows tried to do it. And Paradise feels like it could have come out at that time, and in some ways I kind of wish it did, because it's only 8 episodes for the first season. As I was getting to like episodes 4 and 5, I was like, oh shit, we're already at this point already? We're already here? I kind of wanted to spend more time in the town, get acclimated to everything, have like some,
Build the world up more.
This is what I miss about the fact that broadcast, like CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, the only outlets that do like long seasons that are like 20 to 22 episodes long. One big thing I miss about the fact they don't do those shows anymore. What does CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox have? This is just dramas, by the way. Comedies, that's a different conversation. Cop shows, doctor shows, lawyer shows, cop shows. And did I mention cop shows? That's all they got now. They used to be adventurous, like when we were kids.
On the main 4, basically, you're talking about?
Yeah, like Lost got them to be like adventurous for a brief moment.
No, yeah. Oh, you know what? They had, NBC had an adventurous cop show that they canceled and it went to TNT.
Oh.
Southland. So as I'm saying, like, even their cop shows are not even adventurous with.
No, well, yeah, the gritty cop shows. Yeah, the thing that disappointed me about Paradise is it's like it's not the writer's fault. It's the fact that it's on Hulu and the nature of how Hulu shows and their model works. It's like, well, we can only do short seasons because it's streaming.
Maybe wish most seasons had more episodes because you can like have a little more fun with it, a little longer time.
To me, it would make the mystery more compelling. It's if you just got to have. Yeah. If you just got to settle down with a few smaller stories, get acclimated to the town, that way when, like, big plot twists happen, the big plot twists are not happening every single week. They are happening kind of lull, story of the week. Maybe we'll see how Sterling K. Brown's...
fillers and bottle episodes.
Yeah, we'll do an episode about Sterling K. Brown's kids going to school.
You're saying, basically, it did used to be where no matter what length of time the episode was, you had all these episodes in the season to really just enjoy the world instead of jamming it all together in like short time. And speaking of jamming, real quick, it's time for our sponsor.
Oh.
We have another sponsor, Travis, a brand new one. Speaking of jam, jelly. The stuff we put on our toast. Stuff you need with your peanut butter on a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Good old-fashioned jelly and jam.
Is there a difference?
I think in consistency and thickness.
Okay.
But I'm saying both jelly and jam because we all have our thing. You got your strawberry, the traditional one everyone loves. You got your marmalade, which I love marmalade. Marmalade's great. Whenever I have marmalade on toast, it takes me back to high school. You got your boysenberry, your blueberry, your blackberry, sometimes apple, which I never got that one. I've seen a kiwi flavor, by the way. I did not touch that one. So that's our quick sponsor, folks. Just since we're talking about how, most TV script writing is basically jamming an entire story really into a packed season. Jelly and jam. You need it. You love it. I like to cook my meat with it. And that is not a euphemism. Mm-hmm. It's good in a smoker. Cooking my meat. Cooking my meat with some good apricot jam. The ladies love apricot. Anyway, that's our sponsor, but back to it. No, yeah, you're right. I've noticed that more because I'm like, why 8? Why 5? Why not 10 to 20? Like, hell, Sons of Anarchy was 13.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Remember when Cable 13 was the standard?
Yeah.
Not even that anymore.
Walking Dead after the first 2 seasons was like almost 20 every episode?
Yeah.
I mean, every season, sorry. Every
Yes.
season was almost
Yeah.
20 episodes of Walking Dead.
Yeah. I don't think they had enough content to fill out those really long seasons. They were
But it was
slow as
still-
hell, but yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've been watching. What have you been watching?
Let's see. Well, it's kind of cool with you talking about television because, okay, you're saying that the standard of streaming is 8 episodes, and I've noticed that more and more, and I've always thought it was a weird number, even with Fallout. Remember that? I've been watching The Pitt, and it's a set 15-episode season for streaming.
What?
Hour long.
No way! 15 episodes on streaming?
And what's crazy about it, because you're speaking about it, it's actually a very ballsy concept they're doing where the Pitt, Pittsburgh, it's set in the emergency ER section of a hospital. And it's about, because this is true that our medical professionals have long-ass shifts, it's about a 15-hour shift. It's an hour per episode. Every episode's an hour of the shift.
So it's basically 24, but ER.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's really great because it starts off at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., so on and so forth. For an entire 15 hours, you're getting one day of these people's work life. And I think that's an interesting concept because if you sat back and when I'm on, I think it's only 7 episodes are out so far. I could be wrong.
At time of recording?
At time of recording right now.
So we're halfway through the day.
Comes out every Thursday. And so,
On
so
what?
on HBO Max or Max. Comes on every Thursday. So technically, since we're recording on a Wednesday, it'll be coming out tomorrow, time of recording. It's really well done because you're just, like you said, taking our time, living in this world. Some big stuff to a degree happens every episode, but because it's in the ER emergency section, the emergency section of the hospital, it's like you kind of expect someone to like get off every episode. It's or someone to lose an appendage or have this breakdown moment. It's like, well, yeah, they're in the ER. So it's set up that way. And the whole concept is you're just seeing someone clock in. You don't even know if these characters worked the day before. Mm-hmm. You don't know if they're coming back from their days off, a vacation, working. It's just clocking in. And you can see it's like, yep, my hours of the day are going by and I'm getting a little tired, need a little pick-me-up. I got to still eat. I got to still take a piss. I need a breather. Oh my God, I want to punch that one coworker in the effing motherfucking face, you son of a bitch. And so it's like that. It's very nice too because unlike all the other medical dramas that you've brought up, Grey's Anatomy and ER,
I love ER.
but you're bringing it up though. No one's attractive in this show in the sense of the stereotypical TV attractive, like hot and sexy. You can tell these are your coworkers. Like this is just. Coworkers, we're at a job here.
Yeah.
And I like that. There's no like, that doctor's sexy. That's a cute new guy. No, it's just, hey, we're working. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, we're doing this now. Okay, we're doing this. Yeah, okay, well, hurry up now, because, we also have to do this. And it's like work. It's really done as just, it's like me when every time I watch it, I think, this is like my job every day. There's a couple people I want to clock. There's also a couple people I want to shoot the shit with and joke. And there's that one person I'm avoiding. It's like a regular job, and that's what's nice about it. Because then it's weird to say that that's groundbreaking to make it so grounded in
I
reality.
Because I was gonna say, like, a lot of that does remind me of ER, and I do know that there is some shared DNA with ER. It's produced by John Wells, who was like a writer, director, executive producer of ER. I think it was created by R. Scott Gemmell, who was also a big prominent writer producer on ER, and it stars Noah Wyle, who is like, oh, it stars Dr. Carter.
Speaking of that actor, and this is my first time really being introduced to this actor and his acting style. My wife has known him for a while, I guess, and she likes him. Mm-hmm. I'm watching the way he's delivering this character. He's the main character in this show, The Pitt, in Nolan Riley. Sorry, what's his name?
Noah Wyle.
Noah Wyle. I think he'd make a great Batman. That's how I love an older Batman. I'm talking for Batman Beyond. I love his delivery. He is so in control with his voice, his presence, very calm. He only loses it once, and everyone shut it. So far, he's lost it one time. Oh. And the entire room just locked quiet.
Sick.
So, everyone's a great actor, but I love what he's doing. And this is cool, because it's like, you're right, we need more. There's nothing wrong. For me, maybe it's just me personally, because how much TV and movies I've watched, and some of my favorite movies are the 4-hour movies like Gone with the Wind, Dr. Zhivago, and the original Ben-Hur. Yeah, the original Ben-Hur. There's only one. Don't watch the remake.
I feel like everyone is asking, there was a remake?
I like a story, television or movie, that's just going to take a while to get to. Nothing wrong with just sitting on your couch, grabbing a drink, grabbing a snack. And it's just like this. What happened in the last episode? They just sat around and just shot the shit. Really? You know what? That was awesome. It's nice when it's not like you brought up Paradise, where something happened every episode and you're like, oh my god, really? It's like Game of Thrones. It's like towards the end, like, okay, something's happening every single time. It's like, no, it doesn't need to. Just take your time. Like season 1.
Yeah.
Let's take our time like in season 1, guys. Let's build up. Mm-hmm. Doesn't need to be crazy. We don't need to, quote unquote, shoot our load all in one episode with something crazy. It's nice when you get to live in the world. I love lore building. I love bottle episodes. I love something that an arc will take a few episodes. Like, remember when everything had a part 1, part 2 once in a while for just one storyline? It was a part 1, part 2. That was nice. It's nice. It's nice when you get to live in that world, because if I'm investing in a TV show, for example, and it's going to get renewed, and it's really good, and I'm falling in love with all these characters, and yada, yada, yada. Give me some boring stuff with them.
Yeah. Because, like, those people are, like, they're kind of like they kind of become your friends.
That's the point.
In a way.
Because you're talking about them with your friends and family.
I'm still amazed that Max... I mean, granted, I don't think it's probably that expensive of a show to produce.
It looks pretty streamlined.
Yeah.
In the sense of props.
I'm not saying it looks like cheap.
But the props and everything. And also, too, they're in the same section of this hospital the whole time. They don't go anywhere else. It's just the lobby and the ER wing. There's no upper floor, down floor, west wing, right, any of those other wings in a hospital. They're just in this, it's almost like they're in the hub, a little hub, the entire time.
Does it ever get claustrophobic after a while? Do you ever feel like...
No.
Do you ever feel like that episode of The Bear at the Christmas dinner where you're like, I just need to get out of this house?
Well, no, because 2 reasons, let's be honest. One, the cinematography is not like that, because that episode of The Bear that we're talking about, folks, the Christmas episode of The Bear, those had some in-your-face camera shots, and that's what the point was. No. But this one, even though, for example, The Pit does have a wide range of cinematography, you buy it because in the first episode, you quickly realize this is just a workplace drama. And not in the sense of like, all this stuff is happening and, oh my God, I had to do this horrible thing and he finally expressed himself to me. No, it's just you really feel the concept of, I'm walking to work, clocked in, already got to deal with shit. Didn't even get to like set up. Just had to clock in and get like a real, like regular life of work. It feels so blue collar to me. Clock in, who messed up my station, or really? While I was off, this happened? While I was off, that's why you buy it, and that's why you don't feel claustrophobic because it feels so workplace. It feels so grounded. It feels so like, this is what's happening. We're doing this. There's some moments in there that are emotional, and I don't want to take away from the show what they do, because these really small moments you wouldn't think of, like the big buildup, nicely well acted, emotional, some funny moments, some great. I'll say this one. Funniest one is when the main character walks in, they're setting up, going by, a naked chubby dude runs off into the lobby saying, "No more needles! I don't want to get any more shots!" And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And it was. So it's nice. I think, what you're saying about these shows is just streaming shows. And every show. Go back to that, like, what they did back long ago with, like, what the Riflemen, Gunsmoke, for example, is just, we had 24 episodes a season, and it was 24 hours long. There is nothing wrong with 24 1-hour-long episodes per season. Because if I'm going to invest my time in something that's going to bring joy to my life, which is television's purpose, regardless of the genre of the show, make it long. Make it long. Remember, like Big Bang had the 22, 23 episodes a season, like Friends?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Most 30-minute comedies still are 8 episodes on a streaming service, which makes no sense.
Yeah, because you're done in 4 hours, and then you forget about it.
It's like Harley Quinn, the animated show on Max. It's like, 8 episodes in the 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh, God, well, when's we getting back to it? Mm-hmm. But then every episode, and I'm not complaining about the show. It's a good show. It'd be nice to have some just, like, Harley and Ivy going grocery shopping episode. Why not? I mean, that's the point of, like, I like that. Like I love Lucy. They did everything under the sun. Every episode, every season. Nothing was, building, big stuff. No, it was just like, the neighbors next door having a fight. Gotta listen to it because we're in an apartment complex. Isn't this crazy? Hardy har har.
You know, at least here's what I'll give Harley Quinn credit for. You can always trust it'll come out every year. They don't make you wait like 2 years or 3 years. It's not like House of the Dragon. Like, okay, I was just thinking this with House of the Dragon. When that show came out, your first son, Thomas,
was just born.
He was a few months old. The second season came out.
My second son.
You had a second kid, and your first kid was already 2.
And it's funny because the first season, I watched that with my firstborn. And I would call you. We'd be on the phone together, live watching. We'd be on the phone together.
Yes.
So Travis and I would actually call each other because he couldn't come over sometimes. And also, too, when you have a baby, you really just want no one home for the peace and quiet of a baby's naps and sleep. Mm-hmm. So it was funny. Taylor upset because he didn't get to watch House of the Dragon, folks. The thing is, we would call each other 2 minutes before it would be 6 p.m. on HBO Max or Max, and I'd have my baby, my boy, my oldest now, but my boy, in my arms, just fed him his bottle or about to feed him his bottle, and we watched it together for an hour, just like, watching it. I have a baby in my arm, and Thomas, first of all, he loved season 1 of House of the Dragons, because of all the colors and the tapestry and the fire breath. Mm-hmm. He would just watch it with his eyes and be calm the whole time. And Travis and I would be on speaker together talking about it, like almost every episode. He came over a couple times.
Yeah.
So we could watch it, and then bringing what Travis said. 2 years later, my second son.
Yeah. I watched. And you moved into a new house.
Yeah. So much happened between seasons.
I mean, House of the Dragon is fortunate enough that it already has that Game of Thrones built-in audience, so it's gonna stay for a while. Gonna run its course properly.
But it took so long.
But imagine if it was something less popular, or God forbid, something original, but high budgeted that it takes 2 years to make. 2 years. Your life changed dramatically in 2 years. A lot. My life changed dramatically in 2 years because I moved. Because
I got married.
I got married. I moved into a new place.
You didn't get the dog yet.
No, not yet.
But you got married.
He'll be there for season 3.
You traveled to another country. That's a big.
Oh yeah, I left. Went to another country for the first time in my life in that time.
Oh yeah, because when you left, I was like this. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat you too. I'm gonna watch everything. I remember that because when you went to Ireland, I was like,
was it on while we were in Ireland?
Yes. When you went to Ireland, I was like this, dude. You're gonna miss out on a couple episodes. He's like, you're like, I know. I'm like, I'm gonna be ahead of you. I know, Tom. I'm like, all right. That's so, yeah.
And I couldn't watch it there because I don't think Max even
you're in Ireland.
Well, yeah, and so it's like, oh, it's why, we were able to watch The Office on Netflix in Ireland, because we could watch it on Netflix, because they don't have Peacock over there.
I had 2 sons between the 2 seasons of House. I had 2 seasons of House of the Dragon. I moved. Holy, that's hilarious.
But just think of the problem that we're in now. Television is not this thing, at least like popular television that people our age, people our generation watch. It is not something that people will just quietly sit down to at an appointed time and, we'll watch this week's episode. Oh, and there's going to be one next week. And that's going to carry you from fall to spring. Yeah. And it's just your pastime to detox from work, and maybe something exciting will happen. What do we have for that? All we have are
multiple different streaming shows.
We have, it's like all we have for like September to May. What do they offer you? Shows for old people. Cop shows, doctor shows, lawyer shows, and more cop shows. That's all they have. There was a time when they made, when Star Trek was a 26 episode a season show. That ended in 2005, and now you have to pay money to Paramount Plus to watch 10 episodes of one show, which like my favorite Trek show that's still on right now is Strange New Worlds, and they only make 10 episodes a year, even though it's like a Planet of the they made sure to make that show like a Planet of the Week procedural show like old Star Trek, but they only give us 10 episodes a year. And I get maybe it's like they want to do some cool special effects. I think Game of Thrones kind of broke Hollywood this way, where it's like it raised the standards for sci-fi, fantasy, and visual effects and all of that, which take more time to make, is way more expensive, and as a result, these shows take longer. After a while, how much is the wait worth it? I know that the show where you were just talking about, The Pitt, I just read that show got renewed for a second season. I imagine you're going to be able to see that second season. When did it start? February?
Yeah.
You're gonna,
late. No, January. Start of the new year.
I have a feeling you're going to see the next season of that show come out next January. So if the Pitt goes on for a while, you know that, okay, it's January. That means my favorite Doctor show is going to come back this time.
And my kids can't watch it with me.
It's like, okay, all right, Thursday starting in January for the next 15 weeks. The Pitt is on. Yes!
Get the kids upstairs.
All right. You can rely on that. The Bear, I know the next season of The Bear is going to come out in June, because they've been consistently... they don't take... That show does not take 2 years to make. And even if it didn't take 2 years to make, sometimes it's like they'll make it, they'll finish it, it's all in the can, and then the streaming service will dick around for a while of like, oh, do we want to release this in summer? Maybe we'll release it in fall. Maybe we'll release it in winter. I don't know. What is convenient for us? No, you should just have it come out the same time of year every year for each season.
With more episodes.
And if you can't produce it in that time, well, maybe you shouldn't have greenlit it in the first place. Or maybe you got to tighten up on budgets. This is which
more effort into it.
Which Hollywood is doing right now, because after the strikes and after COVID, so after we had like 2 big work stoppages close to each other, like in a 3-year period, vibe in Hollywood right now is that the spending spree is over, the streaming honeymoon is over, the investors have come home to roost, and now we gotta cut back, and maybe The Pitt is like a sign of that. It's like, oh, we can make cheap programming for streaming, and we can use traditional genres for broadcast.
Well, because when you look at their outfits, and nurses' scrubs are simple. A hospital is bland. There's nothing colorful in that sense traditionally about it. It's a pretty like cookie cutter.
And you say they basically are on the same 2 or 3 sets on that show?
2 sets. It's the 3. You're right. Outside for the smoke break, where the ambulance drops you off.
Yeah.
The lobby, which they barely even show. It's very close cut with the camera work, and then the main hub, with all the multiple rooms. And I think there's like 13 rooms, maybe, but you only go into like 2 every time. Because it's just, rotating people out. But yeah, no, it makes sense, because maybe it's changing now, and we'll get more episodes. Because not only is, like you said, okay, Hollywood's cutting down on budget and streamlining stuff and being basically what it was back in the 70s and before.
Yeah.
But also, at the same time, what the audience wants. I don't mind more episodes of the same characters I've chosen to dedicate my life to watching.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed What's a okay example of The Bear. I know I've only seen the first 2 seasons. Would have been fun to do a grocery shopping episode out of that. Why not? With that humor, with the setup, why not? Like, give us more of something we're enjoying. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not discounting what we have right now. It's just, you can give us more. We will consume more.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned The Bear. So you haven't seen the 3rd season at all?
I have not.
Okay. Because a lot of people complained about the 3rd season, because the 3rd season is definitely slower.
Nice.
And I feel like the arc that they planned, it's like we saw the first half of that arc in season 3, and the second half is going to be in season 4. But a lot of people complained about that because it's like when it was over, it does have this kind of leave you hanging feel to it.
You're like a traditional season finale?
Yeah. Yeah, remember when season finales would have big cliffhangers, man?
Oh, I always loved how season 2 of Walking Dead ended. Like, oh, it's the prison!
You're staying. This isn't a democracy anymore.
It's a dictatorship.
Yeah, or I'm thinking, the most famous one for Star Trek is Captain Picard gets turned into a Borg.
I am Locutus, a Borg. Resistance is futile.
Mr. Worf. Fire.
To be continued.
Or the way, even though it was resolved, it was still a cliffhanger-ish moment because you're like, oh my god, they pulled it off. The season 2 of Sons of Anarchy. No, sorry, season 3. Season 3 of Sons of Anarchy.
So not They Took My Son.
Hold on, both actually. Thank you. No, both.
Not They Took My Son.
Season 2, where Abel gets kidnapped and Jax is like,
You took my son. You took my son!
and then season 3 when the club beats everyone, the cops, the ATF, and the IRA, and you're like, holy crap, they pulled it off. Wait, it's over though? Like, but no, they just won and you're ending the season. Yeah. Like those hanger moments. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that I've thought of one, but then I thought of 2. But yeah, it's like, cliffhanger moments are great for every season finale. Give us something where we're like, well, shit. Can't wait now.
Lost, there was, they opened the bunker. What's in the bunker? Or my favorite one is the end of season 3, where you find out the flashbacks were actually flash forwards throughout the season finale. Jack says,
We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back!
Wait, they came back? What the fuck? God, I miss those so much.
I miss cliffhangers.
I miss those so much. Those were awesome. Yeah.
The Wire had a good ending of a season. The first season of The Wire. That wasn't cliffhanger-ish, but it was a good...
The Wire didn't do cliffhangers.
But the way they ended it, where you're like this, I need more. Mm-hmm. Like, you just... Like, the way... Not only do you need cliffhangers for every season finale, but if you're going to end it without a cliffhanger, end it with a... Yeah, I want more, baby.
Exactly. Don't make it feel... Because a lot of these season endings, especially on streaming shows, they feel like, we closed the book.
Yeah, there's no need to.
And you're like, that was a satisfactory conclusion. Oh, there's more? I got closure. Oh, okay. And then it comes back, and sometimes it feels like things are getting rehashed or regurgitated, and you're like... do we need another story?
I got another cliffhanger season finale.
Okay.
The Big Bang Theory. I forget which season, but when the group thought that Penny and Rajesh had sex together in a one-night stand, and it ended with that, I'm like, holy crap, wait, whoa, Penny, what did you and Raj do? And Leonard and Howard are like completely like, what the hell's going on? Sheldon's just like, I'm so confused because it's Sheldon. Yeah. That was a good cliffhanger because you in the next episode of the premiere of the next season, you find out what really happened. But during that cliffhanger, that ending, you're like, oh, Penny, you and Raj, you guys just had a one-night stand. What the hell? That was a good cliffhanger. Yeah, cliffhangers, bring them back. Bring them good. Bring the good ones back.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds still does cliffhangers.
Yeah, cliffhangers are great. Sorry. Speaking, remember the Walking Dead one where they ended it with the train cart?
They're gonna feel pretty stupid when they find out.
Find out what?
They're fucking with the wrong people.
That was the ending? Remember that cliffhanger ending?
Oh my god. No, was that before?
The cannibals. The cannibal arc with when the group got, I forget which season, but the group got kidnapped by cannibals. They're all thrown into a train cart. like an empty
Oh,
train.
okay, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
an empty train container on and Rick's just like, these people don't know who they're fucking with. I'm like, ah!
Was that before Negan or after Negan?
It was before Negan.
They said fuck at that point?
That one time he said fuck
one time,
Yeah,
okay.
he did. And speaking of Negan, that was an awesome cliffhanger. Who did he beat to death with the bat? I'm curious. Holy crap, that was good. Yeah, no, cliffhangers, bring them back. Yeah, TV. I think you're right. TV is slowly going back to what the mid 2000s was, and that's what will get more people watching, more money flowing in, and also too just us being entertained outside of anything else we do. I hope the Pitt is doing that, starting off that role.
Yeah. And yeah, it would be like if the Pitt is the start of like, hey, it can be sustainable to do a streaming show with more than 10 episodes a season, and that would keep people watching for 4 months. That would be nice. I would love for that. I'm just kind of tired of these short orders. I just feel like I zip through the story too fast. I made this analogy to you, and I didn't. I said I would explain it, and here's how I would explain it. It's like, because it's like with broadcast, when it's like the channels that are still doing 20-something episodes a season, it's like the same 3 or 4 genres for drama. I didn't even talk about my story with Watson.
Oh, is that the Morris Chestnut thing?
Yeah. And I think that kind of spurred that and Paradise. That kind of spurred a lot of this thought because I was watching the AFC Championship game, which turned out it was who was going to get beaten by the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and it turned out to be the Chiefs. We just didn't know it yet, but the Chiefs won that game.
We're all hoping deep down inside.
CBS decided to use that game because we love our football, and a big football playoff game is a great opportunity to launch a new TV show. They used it to launch a show called Watson, which is basically. The literal premise is Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes lore. So the Dr. Watson, after Sherlock Holmes apparently dies in the Reichenbach Fall with his final showdown, Moriarty, he goes back to medical practice and starts up like a clinic where he diagnoses like, you know, really sophisticated ailments, and he's got this crack team of doctors, and he literally says this line, and I think they just wrote this for the trailers.
You four are the smartest doctors I could find, but our patients don't need doctors.
Somebody help!
Our patients need detectives.
It made me want to vomit. And which, if you think about it for like 2 seconds, you just go, oh, so this is House. But if House wasn't a dick, i.e., this is House, but if you take the one thing that makes House interesting away from it, and what do you replace it with? Nothing substantive, just some nods to Sherlock Holmes lore to get people to tune in.
Because I guess a lot of people are really into Sherlock Holmes. I guess.
Public domain is a great way to dupe studios. It's like, no, it's not original. Don't be scared of the originality. It's technically connected to this intellectual property that we don't have to pay for or get a license to.
What was your analogy again, though? Was that the analogy?
Okay, so the analogy I was making, because like broadcast is so, it's like stuff for old people, old tired and true genres that have been done for like decades,
the beginning of television.
and don't seem to be breaking any new ground or doing anything interesting. And then you got streaming and cable, which has stuff that may appeal to like us, but with short orders. So my analogy was, I feel like a real leftist, having to vote between a Democrat and a Republican every general election, of which, with the Republicans, you got the same outdated bullshit that they've been feeding you for decades and they're not going to change. And then with the Democrats, it's like, oh, you got some good, interesting stuff in here, just not enough of it. Neither party is serving my interests properly.
It's bled into your TV. I like that. I like how this is the episode. I love that. This is great. That's our episode, folks. This is it. This is just.
If we ever do a fuck it episode, I've been holding it back, but because there's one show that relates to all of this I want to talk about. So if we ever do another fuck it episode, I want to talk about Babylon 5.
Let's do it. Next fuck it. Let's do it. Because
Yeah,
you know what?
next fuck it.
You're going to talk about Babylon 5. I'm going to talk about Troy.
Okay. We're in no hurry to do that episode, but if we do, that's what we're gonna do.
All right. Well, as we wrap up this episode, this was awesome. This is nice. This was a nice one. All right. Anything you recommend for people to do on their weekend or 2 days off? Here's a challenge since we've already talked about TV. That's not involving a screen.
That's not involving a screen. I gotta think about what I'm reading right now.
Like that backfired real quick.
I'm like, well, because it's like
Okay, you know. Here's better.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's keep on topic because I'm a little squirrely right now. An older television program that someone should watch. So, pre-1970.
What?
Yes, to show them what we meant about how TV really was formulated in the sense of those long seasons.
Okay, so there goes my Babylon 5 recommendation.
You have to wait till fuck it.
I have to wait till fuck it.
So what's a show from back then that you would recommend for someone to watch to also just to see that this is how it was in the sense of like these many episodes per season and it came out every year, same time, same place.
The original Star Trek?
Yeah, why not? That was fucking great.
I mean, okay, I'll go with the original Star Trek. Also known as Star Trek: The Original Series, as it's retroactively known. Yeah, the original adventures with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock and Dr. Bones and Sulu and Uhura and McCoy.
Next up,
I already
Rigel
mentioned McCoy.
7. I love Sulu. Sulu was my favorite.
Scotty. I meant to say Scotty instead of McCoy because I already said Bones.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
I can't break the laws of physics, Captain. That's a curiosity. It's so dated. Jesus Christ, it's dated.
It's dated with its effects, but I like some of the moments.
I'm not talking about its effects. I'm talking about its gender politics. Oh boy, there are some episodes that yikes. I mean, what's cool about that show, if you watch it again, putting aside the fact that the version you're going to watch is probably the remastered one, so all the spaceship shots are actually done with CG. I kind of wish I could, on Paramount Plus, I could flip that and watch like I can watch a version with the old effect shots.
Kind of like how the Halo remastered games.
Yeah,
it's like the Halo
I
remastered games. You can switch between anniversary graphics and original graphics.
Blu-rays, you can do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can do that on streaming, but just with this idea of like, wow, this is what high budget, high concept television was at the time. It's the way, the sets.
Yeah.
How brightly colored they are, which first of all you think, oh right, because color TV was new, so they want primary colors everywhere, and now it's just part of the Star Trek flavor. But just you think, okay, this was like advanced. People thought this was advanced for the time. When it came out, yeah. So it's a fun intellectual exercise of like putting yourself in the mindset of someone watching this for the very first time in the 60s. Yeah. And just how not serialized it is. Like it's not exactly a bingeable show. It might be better enjoyed if you just watch one episode a night and not like 3 at once. Unless they're like your 3 favorite episodes and you have to go back and search them. That's my recommendation. Haha, big surprise.
I'm gonna say, to make it simple too, because we talked about the main 3 genres that the big 4, which the big 4, by the way, people don't know when they refer to them as the main 4 broadcasting channels on television. It's channel 4, channel.
And those numbers only apply in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, true. Never mind. Basically, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. That's what we mean.
And if you're talking pre-1970, Fox didn't exist.
No, but I mean, what we talk about right now, the big 4.
Yeah. Now.
But what I mean, like for a show to watch, I think to show like how how it was when you just took your time with these characters and enjoyed it. I'm just gonna throw it out and just say Gunsmoke. Just watch Gunsmoke.
It's my grandpa's favorite show.
Gunsmoke. You'll see that. What it was like you tuned in every night, every once a week. You just tuned in and it was just boom, there you go. It's Gunsmoke, 1 hour, boom, da-da-ba-da, da-da-da. Just so you can get like an idea of what we're hoping, and hopefully, like Travis said, the Pitt is starting to bring back that sort of format of just get all these episodes from the season for 4 to 5 months. See you next year. See you next year, same time.
When I look at a show, when I look at the old westerns, and they have all sorts of these big costumes, these old town sets, and then they'd have like horse chase scenes sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, they were still able to make 30 episodes a year with all of those resources, and they were still able to turn out
Stunts.
that much output on time.
Yep.
And it was a financially viable genre that like every network had like 5 westerns.
And think about this. Still back then, there was a cast of extras too at times for some shots. Like there was the town was alive.
Yeah.
There was scenery. There was moving bodies. There was, like you said, horses, animal wildlife.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand,
and guns, props, like stunts, all this. Yeah,
Like,
they did it back then with less equipment and safety regulations that are now.
Like I would
They could
love,
do it. They
I
could
would
do
love
it.
to do a thought like sit down with a TV line producer and do just a fun little experiment of like if we were to do a western TV show for broadcast that would make like 22 episodes a year, would that be financially viable? Would that be more or less expensive like than just doing another cop show? Not that I want to make that show because
No, but just to see, just to see how times have changed and what's going on. Hey, I heard about within a decade ago. I heard there was a remake to bring back Little House on the Prairie, but more kind of like, hey, what it was like back then. Why not just redo Little House on the Prairie and like just show us a bit of Western life.
I know that ABC like a long time ago had like a mini series that was just it was like a reboot of Little House on the Prairie, but I think it was just simply adapting the book. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna take this premise and then just make like a
Oh no!
15-year TV show out of it.
I remember hearing through like just the back channels of news and rumblings online. It was just, we're going to remake Little House on the Prairie. It'll be called Little House on the Prairie, but we're also going to make it where it's like this. Here's what it was really like, folks. Remember, as we all know, it was not fun back then in the West, in the Wild West, in the conquering and the claiming and the building of western part of America. John Wayne kind of lied to you. Yeah. Clint Eastwood was kind of showing you the real way it was.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, well, that's our episode. This was fun. Nice and relaxing. Hope you all had fun listening to this. We really appreciate everyone who has joined us in. We're going to keep doing this as long as we can, and because we're just having fun. Just me and my best friend here. I'm Tom.
I'm Travis.
And catch you on the next episode. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye, everyone.